This episode is a game changer. I'm 100 days into the 1000 day challenge, and at the very end, I have a special surprise for everyone. This is something you won't want to miss. So subscribe now and you can follow along the journey on the road to day 1000. So here's the thing. I need an XP farm, and I found this amazing design by Waddles on YouTube. Go check out his channel and definitely sub to him too. Link to his tutorial in the description below. Now, here's the problem. I'm going to need quite a bit of wood. You see, I plan to make this thing 15 layers. Yeah, we're going big. And with that, we're going to need wood. A lot of wood. But the acacia trees here just aren't going to cut it. We need dark oak trees to have a very easy wood source going forward. So I took off on a journey. I had no idea where it was going to take me. All I knew is that I was not coming back without dark oak saplings. And along the way, I ran into something you won't believe. It all started when I found this mushroom island. But first, I wanted to jot down the coordinates of the ocean monument so I can come back later. And this is where it got interesting. You see, I noticed off to the right, there was an ocean monument. And I thought I'd simply gotten turned around while fighting phantoms. So I turned around thinking that this was the ocean monument we saw earlier. But I was not prepared for what was about to happen. I realized there was not one, not two, not three, but 4 ocean monuments all around this one island. How often do you see that? I'm not going to lie, the rest of the search was super boring, so let's skip ahead. 10,000 blocks later, I'd found them, and I chopped down the trees, grabbed the saplings, and went back to base. Throughout this process, there was an insane amount of wood chopping and deep slate mining. At some point, the anxiety of what awaited me in the nether finally got to me. I had to know, would I spawn over an open lava lake and immediately be blown off the platform by a ghast, losing all the progress I'd made so far? I had to know, and it had to be now. To say I was nervous at this point would be an understatement. I had already put a lot of hours into this world. I raised my shield and prepared for the worst. And immediately recognized that I had the safest nether spawn I've ever had before. The relief I felt in this moment made all my nether anxiety vanish. One of my priorities in this world is making it as safe as possible. So I built a room around the portal to make sure I'd always spawn in a little safer than an exposed portal. I was satisfied with my work and decided to take a peek around my nether. There wasn't much right around the portal, but I did find some nether cores, which is something I needed for a project I really wanted to build. There was this neat little area that I noped out of pretty quickly. And with that, my first excursion to the nether was over. Here's me celebrating because I was genuinely happy that things went so well. I didn't spawn in over a lava lake, I didn't die immediately, and I could move forward with the multiple projects I had going all at once. I decided to start by tearing down the manual bamboo farm. I had greater ambitions. I expanded my lava farm for more unlimited fuel. Then built my fully automated sugarcane and bamboo farm. I have a video tutorial on my channel for this build. Link in the description. Then I decided to go full steam ahead on the mob farm. I had no idea the return on my investment would be so great. I made my way down, and there was already a welcoming committee in the killing chamber. Then I spent some time getting all the one-off enchantments like feather falling. I didn't see any reason to waste a librarian on an enchantment I only need to buy one of. After I was done, I realized the villager breeder was way overproducing beyond expectations. I estimate around 50 villagers were trapped in there based on the sound of it, so I started moving them immediately. I then decided to lock down all the enchantments I'd need for the future. I know it's not necessary in order to defeat the dragon, but I don't know when the villager trade rebalance is coming out, and I'd rather be ahead of schedule. Things were going good, so I decided to automate my wool farm. I started by placing this observer facing a grass block, threw a dispenser on top, and powered it with redstone dust. After trapping the sheep in there, I realized I had the observer backwards, so I quickly fixed that. Now for the next phase, the collection system. And there we have it, simple but automated wool farm. Then I doubled it and loaded it up with so many shears it could almost never run out. I then made a second iron farm so I could have an iron farm solely for trading for emeralds. After getting my last enchantment put on, it was time. I was going to the nether. And I wasn't coming back without the blaze rods and ender pearls. Let's go find our fortress. I began exploring to find another fortress, but the area was looking pretty rough. Endless lava lakes and cliffs plagued the area. Eventually I realized the easiest solution. Start digging. I went until I saw this fortress in the distance. I found a blaze spawner pretty quickly and got all the blaze rods I'd ever need. Then I set off to find some nether wart. There was only one problem. This fortress was so small, it didn't have a single plot of nether wart. I was extremely disappointed, but I had no choice but to leave. Then hope was restored. I came across this bastion, and sometimes netherwort can be found in bastion chests. So I made my way over, then built a path over the soul sand in case I was overwhelmed by a horde and needed an escape. I decided to play it safe and take out as many as I could before even going in. If you didn't already know, bastions are the most dangerous place you can be in Minecraft, so I wasn't about to take unnecessary chances. By digging this hole in the wall, I was able to take out several risk-free. Once inside, I continued taking out any I could from a distance, especially the piglin brutes. I found my first chest and thought I might get lucky, but it was a dud. My nerves were very heightened during this time, but I remained positive. But still, no luck. Although I did like the golden carrots and the soul speed golden boots. That was a huge plus. After I killed all the piglins in the area, I decided to just jump down to the main chest. Getting the netherite template and ingot was awesome, but still no netherwort. I wanted all the gold blocks, but the magma cubes just kept spawning and it wasn't worth it. I went on to explore the other half of the bastion, and one mistake almost costed me my world. In my panic, I remembered Feather Falling 4 is pretty beefy, so I just jumped. And looking back on the footage, it's kind of funny. The piglin brute was only taking 1 heart of my health per hit because of me using my maxed out diamond armor. But the memory of seeing Looney lose his Season 1 hardcore world popped in my head in the moment. That's what made me panic and run.
Oh my god!
But unfortunately, it was all for nothing. This bastion didn't have netherwort. So I left. But I was still glad I got the netherite upgrade template. I'd never have to go to another bastion if I didn't want to. And after that experience, I wasn't exactly about to rush into another one. After some more digging, I found another fortress. I thought there was no way I'd come across yet another fortress without netherwort. But unfortunately, all this place had was blazes, magma cubes, and wither skeletons. I was so disheartened. I couldn't believe this happened again. But the second time, I left without the netherwort. I went back to base to enchant my Soul Speed 3 boots, and it was a surprising change of pace. I grabbed a few ender pearls from our friend here and began searching for the third fortress. After searching for nearly a half hour, I found a real fortress. So I grabbed what I came for and left. If you aren't caught up on the series, go check out Hardcore Day 1. If you are, check out this 100% lossless bamboo and sugarcane farm that has guaranteed results. Next episode, I take on the Ender Dragon. That's all for now. Have a great day. Also, if you have any requests for things you want me to build or do in Minecraft, put a comment down below and I'll make it happen.